I couldn't have felt more valuable. I had this great situation where I was working cross between Melbourne and Perth. So I was so valuable that I got to set my own terms. I lived in Melbourne, but I worked in the Perth office. I'd spend a week, a month in Perth, fly in, fly out. It was fabulous. I was doing great matters. I was working on massive deals, in Africa and later some Australian ones. And there was just such a lot of pleasure in it. There really was. And then I fell pregnant, and within the very early stages of my pregnancy, I started having complications. And that stress that then put on me was not something that I was really prepared for. I don't think anyone really can be. And that is when the cracks started to show for me in terms of realizing that it was really a challenge for me to manage the kind of stresses that I was used to, together with this really unexpected and unusual, extra level of stress. Ultimately, all of that resolved, but what happens after having children though is that most people have to make a decision between working full-time after having their baby or working part-time. I was always clear that I wanted to work part-time. And it was that transition between going from being this person who was full-time, fully available, no ties, traveling backwards and forwards, go wherever you want me, no problems, to I'm part-time, no, I won't get on a plane because I'm breastfeeding, I'm not bringing the baby, I'm not putting the baby on a plane, I'm just not available for the kinds of things that I would normally be available for. That everything really started to change, and it made it very difficult for the firm to find a place for me, and it made it very difficult for me to find a place for myself. And I could very clearly feel my value slipping. It was very, very clear and obvious. And it was even more apparent when I started answering recruiters' calls, thinking, well, maybe I better think about this because it's going to be really difficult to make this work in a law firm. Maybe I better start answering recruiters' calls again. Talking to them and saying, well, yes, but part-time, I'm interested, but part-time. And people would say to me, if you were full-time, I can get you a job tomorrow. I mean, what I was doing projects was huge at this time, and it's still pretty big, but at that time it's never been bigger doing project work. If you were full-time, I can get you a job tomorrow, I can get you 6 jobs tomorrow, the recruiters would say. But part-time, I don't have anything for you. Nobody ever asked for part-time. Nobody ever asked for a lawyer to be part-time. And I would say, well, tell them, that how good I am. Show them my CV. I believe I can do the work in 3 days that someone else can do in 5, and I actually can. But give me a chance. No. 3 days, nobody wants you. Could you go 4? Well, no, I couldn't. I've got a baby, and then later I had 2. No, 4's not it. It's got to be 3. But I will work damn hard, and I will work around the clock, and I answer my emails. Doesn't matter, it's my day off. I just won't be in the office. I'll be with my children. Would not even consider it. And so the experience of going from being one of the most valuable players in the market, do what I want, name my own price, whatever I want, everything, can have it my way, to becoming really no good to anybody and moving down so significantly in value was kind of devastating. I'd built my whole kind of career and life around becoming this person that had value to everyone, to suddenly find myself really on nobody's call list, and of someone that people had to accommodate and they had to make room for. And I was irritating and annoying because I wasn't there all the time the way that they wanted me to be. It was really, really quite shattering. And it's something that I realized that my position was only partly about me. My status was only partly about me. I was still the same person. I'm still me. I still have the same skills. I can still do the same job. All that's different is that I won't do it for you in the way that you want me to do it. I will do it in the way that I think works. And that one shift just changed everything.